Hello, it's Tom here. I'm just making this quick screencast as an accompaniment to the Making the Most of Mocks document I sent around recently. Um, really aimed at sort of faculty leaders, key stage coordinators, related to how we make sure the mock exams are giving us best value in terms of the work that's going into them. How do we make sure that the kids are working hard to engage with the feedback and we're getting best value from the time and effort that we're putting in? And I'd say from the start, obviously, I'm aware there's lots of interesting, good, innovative practice going on around the school. This isn't by any means me saying it has to be done this way. It's just in the spirit really of prompting reflection and sharing ideas. This is the way we're going to do it in English anyway. Right, first of all, what you might do, and this is the approach I go through, is you might ask teachers not to put marks on their papers, and instead to record marks on an Excel document. So this is the English exam, question 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What you can do, which is quite neat, is to conditionally format it, which means that when you put the mark in, if it's a good mark, so to speak, then the cell will go green, and if it's a poorer mark, it'll stay red. So if this kid gets 8 and then 6, so it's going well so far, but then they only get 4 on that question, and then they get 10, that will it'll flag that up. So hopefully when the class set is marked, it's really clear to see what questions are successful and which aren't. So if they get 16 full marks for that one and only 12 for that one, they've obviously done much better in that question. You could also use this to do your targets. Another advantage, and you can sell this to teachers really, is that it does all the adding up for you. Now, yeah, so that's in terms of the actual marking. What then happens is when that sheet is filled up, when the teachers put all that data in without marking it in the class, without marking it on the paper, then the student is put through a sort of self-assessment process. So they're looking at their own work in detail. I'm sure lots of people do this already. This is the one that Matt Gray's put together for English. So they've got a space to put for each question what they think they got. They've got the success criteria. We're also trying to do some e-learning stuff with this that I'll send round. And then when they've done that, when you're confident that they've engaged with that process properly, then they get a sheet which looks something like this, but you'd make it look much better. We haven't done it yet, so I've knocked this up just for the purposes of this film. You've got the kid's name would go here, the question, the wording, the skill area if you wanted, and the score, and then this information would all be mail merged. So it would just Excel would take it from here and send it to here. And so at the click of a few buttons, not many, and perhaps I'll make another jing to show how to do this, you'd populate these sheets and every kid would get one of these sheets. So you wouldn't have to type their name in, it would just suck it out of Excel and put their scores on. Can be very useful in terms of enabling self-assessment, because of course as soon as you put a mark on the paper, that can be kids can be switched off by that, or they can be pat themselves on the back. This is a way of sort of guaranteeing that they have to engage with it. They have to think about their performance. They have to engage with the success criteria or the assessment criteria. So that provides for a kind of richer feedback lessons, I think. And also, you can do all sorts of interesting things with the data then. So, for example, you could do a little bit of maths at the end of the column and see what their percentage score was for each question, and then produce a graph for each class really easily about their performance in each bit of the paper. You could do that for the whole cohort. You then, on these sheets, so data becomes more powerful, and we are generating this data, and if we're just writing it down on the kids' work and it's going into their files, we're not putting it in a very usable form. The other thing is with these sheets, you can obviously print these as many times as you want. So you can give one to the parents at parents' evening, you can give one to the child, you can give one to the mentor, you can give one to the tutor. You could print out the ones for targeted kids and see how they're getting on. And then it opens up that conversation about how kids are getting on. It enables mentoring, it enables coaching, and it allows interesting parties a really clear understanding of how the child is performing and what their strengths and weaknesses are. Okay, I'll make another film then about how to do the mail merge process, just for your interest, but also obviously come and see me if you want to be shown how to do it.